No, not Paul down one. It was okay. Speaking of things about to bitch about Paul, dude, why is Shredder's like so fucking good, dude? The second hit, like a 4-3-4,
I
he
really don't
always
know.
fucks me up with
Like
that thing, dude.
that.
It's retarded because you think it whips, and the second, like literally both legs are on the ground, like they're
All right,
literally,
we're up.
and it still launches. I'm like, dude,
Yeah, it's the same as fucking
Shredder
like
kicks is
Julia double hop kicks. It's
like
dude.
literally
Shredder
both
kicks is
legs are
so
physically on the ground, and I still get launched. I'm like, dude, how did
Shredder
that?
kicks is so bullshit. Like I admit that move is so bullshit. Cause like I've thrown out Shredder kicks on like Lily down back four, and she'll still be spinning around on the floor, and both kicks have already gone up, and then she'll stand up and still get launched, and I'm just like,
Hey,
Yeah,
hey, John. Let me tell you a little tip that works
hmm,
on Lily, which is kind of lame. So if
of
Lily
course.
if Lily hits you with her down forward three, um, if you do shredders and she does down forward one, you'll go through her down forward one.
really?
Yeah,
Yep.
that happened to me
Huh.
so many times in Tekken 6, and it still happens in Tekken Tag. So I am guessing it's still going to happen in Tekken 7. But
It is quite possible. Maybe the
yeah,
Unreal 4 engine will like fix those problems though.
Lily's down forward
No, I don't
one,
think
Yeah,
they.
there's just
Yeah,
her down forward one is just shitty. But
there's
but yeah,
also in tag two, if you do an electric to Paul, which puts you at +5 with Kazuya, and you do back four, down one +2 goes straight through that. So
wow.
yes, he has moves that go through a lot of stuff, a lot of mids.
oh yeah, I mean, Iron Mountain, dude. That was the OG Dragon Punch. Fuck that move.
Oh
It
hell
goes
yeah.
through all kinds of retarded shit. It's pretty stupid.
That's what I was saying. Like back in DR and 5.0, Iron Mountain was the Dragon Punch of Tekken. Like that move was so good for like no, and it tracked. Like you couldn't get away from it. Like you could almost be almost to his back and he'd still hit you.
Yeah, there's another thing. Like you could be at like in that same situation where I was talking about the electric, which makes me +5. I could do something that leaves me only at +4, and then do back four, and 1+2 won't go through it, which is
Yeah.
weird. So that just lines up that the evasion frames are like right there on this one particular couple of frames.
Uh,
But
Yeah.
it's so weird. I fucking hate Paul's stupid. Damn it.
okay.
But
Actually, Mr. John Lasser, or Neo Xian Wu, here's what I was trying to say when the stream went down. Okay, so a lot of people, a lot of the FR top five current characters, they're obviously getting a lot of flack for being too strong. But I think we're also sleeping on the tier if those top five do get nerfed. Like, what does that mean for the S tier? Because, on that Master Cup tier list, so there's like at S plus, there's Drag, Brian, Xiaoyu, Leo, and Deligin. But Paul is also S tier. He just doesn't have the plus. See where I'm going with this? So top five are S plus, but Paul is really not that far behind. He's just, he doesn't have his 95% or above sticker.
hmm.
He's just right at the cusp, like just waiting for the nerfs to roll in, and
Wait for
it's
the
like,
nerf, dude, and we're gonna have 10 Pauls at Worlds. You know what I'm saying, dude?
he's gonna turn into Tekken 3 Paul and like be the real champion of the universe.
that's when you only had to hit 2 death fists and kill somebody, though.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, there. Actually, let's talk about that a little bit. So the top tiers, or I mean, how do you feel about the top tiers in that list, um, in that Master
Uh,
Cup list?
well, drag is really good. Like, and then seeing JDCR's Dragon off the final round was, and I mean, I don't know if it's just the fact that JDCR is so good, but just it's like Dragonov seems to just be able to cover all bases, and down to whenever he does it, just seems like nobody can ever block it, or if they anticipate it, then he has it ingrained in their mind that he's going to down to, and then he hits with an instant running to.
Yeah.
So it's like Dragunov is just scary. Like
Yes,
he's
nuts.
a very scary character.
I think he was overbuffed from Tag 2 for sure.
I think
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, dude. I mean, Drag was already good, and then they just made him AIDS. It's like,
he's one of those.
what's up, King?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh no, sorry, I was letting you
okay.
go. My bad.
Yeah, he's one of those characters that gets buffed every Tekken. I noticed there's a few characters kind of like that, like Brian gets pretty much buffed every Tekken. Bling has gotten buffed every single Tekken.
Man, don't even start on her. That girl.
Yeah, but yeah,
that girl.
I feel like
needs,
yeah,
she needs a timeout or something because she is dumb.
Yep, I agree.
So dumb.
Yeah.
Like I was playing, even when I played Tanakana at final round, I'm just like, for real? Like this is not okay.
Did you play
I don't.
Did you play
I
in
played
tourney or casuals?
No, I played in casuals. I didn't play in the tournament at all because I didn't want to.
Yeah, you were TOing.
Yeah, I didn't want to stress myself trying to play and trying to be a TO. I just wanted to focus on the tournament, and that was it.
Yeah, see, a lot of times it's not really fair to the rest of the people who depend on you to actually run the tournament.
Exactly.
If you're busy off doing some other shit, other TOs can learn from that shit.
Hey, man.
So you know.
How much?
This man is smart.
I'm out here putting out the blueprint.
How many games did you play against her?
I just played one set. 2 out of 3.
Okay. Did you get to play any of the other foreign players?
Actually, no, I didn't, because I was trying to let more people be able to play, especially with the limited amount of setups that we had. So I was just trying to let everybody else enjoy it more than me. 'Cause, like, after the doors were closed and they kicked everybody out, I played for like another hour or 2.
Okay.
Bunch of dicks.
Wow,
Hey man, that TO privilege.
Okay.
Let me behind the rope. Y'all got to sit outside.
I just wanted to add in, Neo Xian Wu, about what you were feeling against Tanukana. I've been thinking this for quite a while, ever since I played test with Princess Ling. I think Paul has a really hard time against Xiao Yu. So not only did Xiao Yu get really dumb, but even though Paul is great, he still struggles. So, it's like a double whammy of pain for you, is what I'm saying.
I disagree. I disagree heavily.
You think so? Why do you disagree?
I think Paul does quite well against her, or is at least 50-50.
50-50.
I think it's even. I think it's absolutely even.
I guess, like, on a hypothetical, if you were willing to demo man each AOP, I guess.
Who need a demo man? Just down one or out of that shit. While standing 3,
No.
standing 3.
Limit was telling me,
Down back 2.
He was testing some stuff, and down 1 is not reliable. And
down 1 is actually not as reliable as it used to be.
Yeah. I think it can be played right. I think it can be played evenly. But
like, I'd say it's more less 50-50, maybe 60-40 Xiao Yu.
Yeah, that's for me. That's
because of her evasion.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, down 1 isn't as reliable as it used to be. Standing 3 is still kind of a risk. It's just her evasion is so much better that if Paul does play it, he has to play it slow. Like, you just have to kind of lame it out.
That's how you have to play every character against that bitch, though.
Yeah.
I mean, some characters have more leeway, like Bob and the OP slap chop. If you watch Joe versus Tanukana, I think he. I knew about the down 1 for a while, but
in general, he's still backed away, and then would just throw down 1, and then that would be it. I mean, he'd still limited his moveset to like 3 to 5 moves throughout the entire match.
I mean, Bob, I like his down forward 1, especially against Xiao Yu. It's because of the way it's not like Lily's, where Lily's doing down forward 1 like this. Bob's is like super awesome. He goes like this, so it hits AOP a lot. And what else? Who else is going to shout you? Like there are certain moves, like certain characters. Like I can play Nina against shout you, and Princess Link can attest to this. You know, he tasted many ivory cutters. So sorry about that, brother. But yeah, I don't think Paul is a go-to safe move. That's what I'm saying. That's just simple.
Yeah, I mean, down one definitely would have been. The only thing I don't like, quarter circle forward 3 will probably be a lot better in that match because Demo Man was just not that safe
Yeah, it's
to
not.
just throw out, especially if you were trying to play it at distance because of the fact that Demo Man will only trip if it's a clean hit. So if you land the down 4 and it doesn't knock down and you finish the series, it's like negative 18 on block.
But what can she really punish you with at that range?
Well, if you finish it, it puts you closer. Like if you finish the Demo Man, I mean, she still gets like shoulder, and if you do it at the wall, you're getting launched.
I think she definitely doesn't get shoulder because Lily's 3-1 misses on full Demo Man. And her standing 3 will punish like Heihachi 442. So it's like pretty insane range. It punishes Death Fist, but it doesn't punish Demo Man. Punishes Death Fist pretty consistently. So
that's really odd because both of those usually have the same amount of pushback.
You would think, but I've eaten many a Death Fist because I tried to punish Demo Man with 3-1.
I see since Sonic said you should do Paul's flip kick against her. Yeah, that's a terrible idea.
Right, just because AOP is going to step around it?
That, and yeah, you can see that shit coming a mile away. And then at certain ranges, he'll like flip over. It's not fun.
You mean if she's on the ground?
Yeah, she does AOP. Like, it's that weird shit where the hitbox, I guess, just doesn't count. Because I've had that happen where I try to forward 4.
You mean where she's invincible for 30 frames? Yeah.
Whatever it is, where I'll do 4-4-4 and I like flip over her, and I'm just like, oh, okay, all right, that's fine.
How do you feel about Leo?
Leo's gotten good in FR.
Yeah.
Like really good. I mean, she was already good before. But just like her strings seem better. As far as mix up, I mean, I didn't. Unfortunately, the only person who played Leo was Gamble, and I didn't really see a lot of his matches, so I honestly haven't seen much more than that.
So Leo's Rage Drive is like a charged version of her 442, which pretty much does the same thing as Paul's Rage Drive, like Death Fist, except Paul's does a lot more than Leo's Rage Drive.
Oh yeah,
right.
So, I think Paul's Rage Drive is great. Like that kind of Paul's Rage Drive, Leo's Rage Drive,
Feng's, yeah, I was gonna say his Rage Drive.
even Jin's Rage Drive, when you finish it, the last down one, it has the same effect where it'll like wall splat from like 2 screens away.
Right.
Yeah. But yeah, man, those kind of Rage Drives are super good at the wall because you know when you block it, it does like 5 damage and like guard damage.
Yeah, you get wall damage off of it.
Yeah.
And then I mean you still get mental damage too because it's like as fast as those moves come out, you're like, oh shit, I can't press anything.
Well, yeah, and they're also like hella plus afterwards. So it's like you took 5 damage and then you have a great mix-up,
Yeah, and then it's like you pretty much have to reset position at that point.
pretty much. So, it seems good. I feel like all of the top of the SS tier that were in that Master Cup list have like amazing raid drives. So it's
Oh, yeah.
Except Double Chin.
It's a Delta. Yeah.
Devil Jin.
I mean, it's a safe hell sweep, I guess.
It's still punishable.
Yeah,
Oh, this?
I think it used to be launch punishable, but I think it's like what, -13 now?
Yeah, something like that.
Still,
But it does start with a low. So
that's safer hell sweep. I guess a low parry would be a good way to try and punish it. I don't know what's better. Do you think, Cody? You think it would be better to like rage drive hell sweep, or do you think like hell sweep long combo into rage art would be better?
You mean just as far as damage?
Yeah.
I don't know how much unscaled his rage art does at the end. I couldn't judge. I haven't really. You don't usually see. You don't almost ever see them do a rage art at the end of a combo. They usually save it. But if you're trying to kill, that's probably the better way.
Yeah. I was gonna say I watched maybe like a month ago. I saw a DJ do a combo that ended with rage art, and I think it scales. I mean, I think his rage drive is really not that great, but his rage art, it scales kind of like FR Patch B. It hits a lot harder than most rage arts in a long combo.
It's the very last hit.
Yeah, it hits more than I thought.
Does a shitload of damage.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, wait a minute, that does a lot. Especially because he did like a long one with a lot of jabs, and I was like, wait a minute, this is kind of a crappy combo into rage art. But then it hit for like a brick, so I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's probably better to do a rage art at the end if you know the hell sweep is going to land. But
Right.
then you just go from being a fully launch punishable low to a slightly punishable low. But you're already in rage, so you're probably going to die from it anyway.
So basically, the idea is for his rage drive is just like a safer hell sweep that you won't get killed for. But if you're in rage anyway, I mean,
might as well
you're close to
rage
dying.
art.
Yeah, you probably won't use it against like a Kazuya or another or a Heihachi or anybody who punishes really heavily for -12 or 13.
Mm-hmm.
If you're playing against like Brian that gets like 1-4 or Leo that gets 1-4, then not that bad. Well, no. Leo gets up forward 1-2. Never mind. So. For -13, so I don't know off the top of my head what it's minus. If it's 13, then Leo will beat that shit up.
I think it's 13, but I could be wrong.
Paul gets back.
Check
Paul
again if it's right. If RB Norway is correct, we'll see. Yes, Paul would get back 1-2 if it's -12, of course.
We'd also get back 3.
That's 14 frames.
Is it 14? I thought it was.
Yeah, it's 14.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still 14 save natural launch. Thanks, Natural.
Yeah. Well, it's high. I mean, all you gotta do is duck it. I mean,
You don't.
all you gotta do is
Stop
duck.
it. Stop it. There's a -14 with a question mark.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
Interesting.
So it's probably at least 13, maybe 14.
So like 13.8 frames.
Maybe, but that's only going to count as 13 if it were.
Right.
So.
Pushback. It's has something to do.
Which
Kind of like Steve's Albatross 2 is -10 for Jack only, and maybe Gigas because they have long arms. But for most characters, it's -9.
There's no real pushback on DJ's rage drive.
Okay.
No, I don't think so. Because he ends with that old angel move where he just fucking screw flies at you.
I don't know what Natsu's thinking with that.
Yeah, the Dawson sniper or whatever. You're just fucking.
He has that.
Yoga sniper.
Right? That's 4/4 3+4.
Yes, I think so.
Okay.
I mean, he's already the best Mishima now, so I mean, fuck him. Let him get screwed over on his rage.
Yeah,
I don't care.
give him bad rage drive. He's totally, he totally
He's got everything else, so fuck him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think out of all the Mishimas, he definitely has the worst rage drive.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I like
So got
Kazuya's.
He's got the tools, so I mean, I guess it kind of makes up for it.
A few versions ago, I was talking to Kane about the same thing. I was confident Kazuya was the best, but now that with the little small nerfs to Kazuya and small random ass buffs to DJ, yeah, DJ's the best Mishima. So fuck him. Fuck his rage drive.
I mean, you still get more cool points with Kazuya. I saw a Kazuya player. He anti-aired
Work
Akuma.
your ass off. Anyway,
And that was so cool because he did like basically a dragon punch. I was like, dude, this is sick. I want to play Kazuya now.
you mean do like electric into rage drive?
So Akuma jumps, right? And Kazuya's right here, but he's out of range. And Akuma whipped his jump medium. So the Kazuya player wave dashed once, and he just instantly did race drive. And it looks so sick because like jumped.
And he flew with him and put his ass down.
He like anti-aired him.
Seriously, that's what it was. And what was so sick, I'm telling you guys, Devil Kazuya secret SS plus tier.
Yes, with 10 health.
With 10 health, yes, but secret god tier, because I am not guessing between tag 1, mid, negative 10 electric, and 50 damage health sweep. That's all I'm saying, boys. If I play against any Kazuyas, I'm going to get blown up if you get Devil.
You say you're not guessing. Well, you don't have to guess because electric's punishable.
Hey, actually, guys, new question here. When does Rage activate? At what health percentage?
30%?
No, it's not 30 anymore. Fuck. It's 15?
No, it's
20?
It's around 30-ish.
Yeah, it's around 30-ish. Because remember,
that
the
sounds
damage.
like a lot. I know 30-ish would be 30%. That would be you still have 51 health points left. You do not have 51 health points left when you have rage.
It used to be lower. It used to be much lower in earlier.
Yeah,
FR.
but see now they have the scaling damage with health, so I'm pretty sure it activates earlier.
I was just asking because, this is a strategy I was thinking about back from Tekken 6, because you know how in some situations where you're not going to kill, it would be better not to end the combo, so to speak, because then you'll give them rage. So you want to leave them
purposely drop the combo. Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, if I'm playing Xiao Yu and I have the life lead and I hit a combo on her, if you know how much you're going to do, roughly, you don't want to sometimes finish that combo and give her access to race drive. Instead, you want to just maybe leave her just at that like 1% away from race drive so that she doesn't screw you with, a super awesome back turn down before
right.
Race drive is.
Well, that was some of my strategies in Tag 2 was like I would see people like almost kill and go for like a solo combo or something, or like put them in the rage and then turn around and end up losing. And I'm like, why would you give them rage when all you have to do is just launch them one more time, then bound, and then you can kill them?
Yeah.
I mean, it's always been ever since 6. It's been a it's been a game of do I playing the life game with rage, or do I want to put him in rage or not? Especially in 6 when rage did so fucking much and there was no timer on it either.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been around for a while, but a lot of people tend to just disregard it and just do their combo anyway.
Yeah. Because, there's a situation where sometimes you want to be in that area where you want to chip them to win, but then it's like I think that might be an upcoming strategy when 2-7 hits. Well, at least when we get it. People might be like, oh, I don't want to give him rage, especially if X character is really good with rage, like Xiao Yu, or Paul. That's what I was just, bring that up because I thought that'd be interesting. Not always finishing your combo and giving them rage, because that could end up screwing you in the end.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's a legit strategy. Like Cody said, it's like people were doing that in T6 where, sometimes they would purposely drop the combo just to not put them in rage, and then, be able to, if you could judge how much health they had left, you could land one more juggle and kill them before rage would even be a issue.
Yeah, and it's even easier to do now that the life bars actually show you.
Mm.
They've even got the orange tint to the last however many percent. I think it's probably like 20.
That's a good point, actually. I forgot about I didn't care for the gradation, but yeah, that's actually true. it's easier to identify when to not screw yourself by some rage drive.
Mm. And maybe that's the reason why they did it. I still like the vanilla blue life bars, but
I agree with that.
you know,
I agree with that.
I can, I guess, for that, if that was the reason why they changed them to the orange yellow ones, then I can understand that, and I guess it's somewhat acceptable.
It was a joke going around for a while that if whatever Tekken game had yellow life bars, it was going to be a bad game. So 5.0, 6.0, the early life of Tag 2, and they kept changing it out, but now they went in reverse.
Yeah.
I wonder why they did that.
It's a complete game now.
I don't know.
Early 2017.
I don't know. Yeah, because what gradient would you put on blue? Because maybe if they knew they were going to do the gradients, I don't know. But what gradient would you put on blue? Green?
You like blue to dark
Purple?
blue.
I like green. I would say like a green and turn into blue. I don't know.
Ugh. That sounds terrible.
How would you feel against, or how would you feel with not a gradient, but actually like a solid mark of when?
Just a line?
Yeah.
I think it would stand out too much. Like, you can have a mark. You can have a mark, just like a line through it. Maybe.
Rage mark?
Either like a line.
But if it was, go ahead.
Either like a line through it, or just like that part of the life bar is a different color.
I think that would be ugly as shit.
Yeah, because I mean, there's been a few other games that do it. The game that kind of came to mind was Garo, when you could change TOP and set it in different parts of the life bar, and it just, like I said, it just kind of stands out too much.
Yeah, it doesn't look smooth at all.
Mm-mm.
Interesting.
I think yellow and orange works fine, or orange and dark orange, whatever the fuck it actually is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't tell what colors they are.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like,
Red,
I wonder
14.
I
wonder if he can tell where it's at.
I mean, I could tell.
Can you see it?
I could see it, but what I see and describe may be different from what you're saying.
Right. I mean, what about like a small little tick mark or something on the life bar at that particular point?
I guess you could, but I think the color's just more drastic. Like, it really shows, like, somebody who's observing will know what to look for.
Yeah. I mean, that would kind of make the don't give them rage tactic a little too effective when you can just look at the life bar as you're doing the combo.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's not like you couldn't do that anyways, but it's it's harder to do in the heat of a match without the defined rage tick.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think the color does the same thing now. I think you'll get to notice it. Like, I mean, I've got a mental note of where it is in Tag 2 for certain teams, just because based on if they like each other or not.
Yeah. Dang, man, I never did that. Better than me.
One of the more convoluted parts of Tag.
One of the many great parts of Tag. You shut the hell up. You shut the hell up.
We're gonna bury that.
I'll boot you off this shit. I don't know how. I don't have any control here.
That game gets buried in 16 days.
Hey!
So,
probably.
actually,
Probably.
I was going to ask you, how did you like Tag 2?
Initially, like, I was really excited for it because, like I said, I came in at the tail end of Tekken 4, so I never really played a lot of the original Tag. So I didn't really have a whole lot of Tag experience. So playing this one, I was like, well, it's I guess more of a fun version of the game. And then, don't hate me for saying this, but I actually played Dead or Alive 2 back on PlayStation 2, and I liked the Tag mode there.
Oh, okay.
So, I just kind of transitioned into that, and I thought it was fun. But then eventually, it just kind of wore on me, like the dumb shit people were finding in Tag. So it's just like, I'm ready for something different.
Mm-hmm.
Did you like DOA?
I mean, at the time, but I mean, that was many, many, many years ago.
Interesting.
Don't judge me.
The fact that you would even put them in the same line together after being
Look,
a Tekken.
man. It's
I'm not.
just
Oh, wait.
tag.
No, listen.
It's
What I'm going to say is
tag code.
no. What I was saying is that is interesting that you would be a fan of Tekken, and then that would take such a toll on your enjoyment overall that you would go off to some horse shit like DOA. Kidding. I have plenty of friends. I have plenty of stupid friends that like DOA, so that's fine.
I mean, back when it was a Wii one, I like DOA 3. But
When I was a Wii one.
I don't know. Rip.
I mean,
When I was but a mere tyke, I enjoyed a bit of
When I was
DOA.
but a boy, playing on my PlayStation computer entertainment system.
I mean, I think a lot of us have tried DOA at some point or another. We've tried a lot of games.
Yeah, see? Saying. I mean, it was PlayStation 2. There wasn't... The only thing that was out was, like, Tag, and... That was about it.
Lol.
Yeah, I mean, DOA, it's on its last legs. Too many. Too desperate. Rip.
They made 3 different revisions of 5 though, man. I mean, so it had to have made some damn money.
I guess.
The thing that I don't understand with
And they made an
DOA
arcade port of it, so
yeah,
that's good
like
fun.
the thing I don't understand is like DOA for some reason is, I mean, in my opinion, it's really not that great of a game, but Virtua Fighter is like a really solid game and gets pretty much no love. Like it even, like DOA even borrows characters.
What they need is a
Virtua
tag
Fighter.
mode that would make it work.
You know, I like Virtua Fighter a lot, actually. I never played it, but as a spectator, I can understand, and also kind of person who enjoys watching different fighting games. Virtua Fighter, as a game, is awesome, but the thing is, it looks real janky to me, anyways. So that's probably why people were not drawn to it, because it looks
What do you
really
mean
stiff.
janky? I think it looks. I think it looks even a little bit more robotic than Virtua Fighter. Is that what you're getting at, or what?
No, I mean Virtua Fighter is what I mean. Yeah, Virtua Fighter.
Yeah. What's janky?
I don't know. It's not very fluid. It's not very exciting. It's
Like,
kind of like
the thing that kind of like one of the reasons, and I've asked other people, is just because there's no, like, you know, you're so used to other games where there's like flashes or like hit indicators. There's no hit indicators in Virtua Fighter. It's just like when you hit a character, it's just kind of like, did I hit him or did they guard?
That's it.
Yeah, it's like they're like did I land? Okay, can I press more buttons now or do I block? And like when you break throws, it's like this huge elaborate thing that happens, and it's like you don't know whether you actually landed the throw or broke the throw, and it's like,
You know what?
I think that. No, go ahead.
Sorry. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, it's just, I think that kind of takes away from, because I mean it's obvious with the direction Tekken's gone into that people want to see like crazy flashes and slow-mos and explosions and you know, like people riding spaceships and catching bullets with their teeth and things of that nature. So I mean, it's Virtua Fighter's never had that, and I think that's kind of one of the reasons why it has a good cult following, but just could never break into the mainstream.
You know what my issue with Virtua Fighter is like the physics of it is it looks old. It looks like a 1980s game to me.
Yeah.
Like
It's really bad for observers.
yeah.
That's what I was trying to say.
And
Yeah, it just looks
also,
like
I don't know if they still do it in the newer Virtua Fighters, but when your joystick appears on the screen and
Yes,
It
there
looks-
are
looks
wiggles. Yes.
super tacky, in my opinion. It looks super tacky with that, and then it's just.
I think
They still have that in some anime games, but you know, that's a fucking anime game. Like, so I mean, and you still have like, you know, air dashing and shit in all those games, and really crazy ass characters. So I mean, you can have a little wiggle, but
I think that's kind of a Sega thing though. Like initially, because even some of their arcade games had that. Like what was it? Dynamite Rave? Was it Dynamite Rave or what? The
Dynamite Rave is a DDR song.
I am aware of that, but No, it was what was the name of the game? Oh my god. It was it was based off a Bruce Willis movie. I don't know why I don't know. Die Hard.
Die Hard?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, Die Hard had
Based off
the
Bruce
shape.
Willis.
Did
off
you
Adam
really
Sandler.
confuse Bruce
That is
Willis
so-
starring this
Yes.
Christmas in Dynamite Rage?
Well, no, the game itself wasn't called Die Hard. Like it was
Yeah, it
called
was.
like Dynamite. Called like
Yes, it
Dynamite something. In Japan,
No.
it was called. Look, I'm gonna Google these things right now.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, that's a sick ass name. You know, Bruce Willis stars in Dynamite Rave.
Dynamite Cop
Dynamite Cop, is that what it was?
or Dynamite Deca.
Aha. See, I knew it was
Okay.
Dynamite something.
No.
Yeah, shut the hell up.
Dynamite Rage. That's from my days when I weighed like 70 pounds less. Come on, I know this shit.
Hey, trust me, I was there. I was right there with you, playing third mix Korean and fourth mix plus and all that.
Yeah, we went from third to fifth to extreme. Anyway,
Actually, not to get off too far off on that tangent, but we were one of the first areas to get extreme on the East Coast.
we were too randomly in fucking Jackson, Tennessee, of all places. It's just fucking weird, but whatever.
Yeah.
Is that DDR?
Dance games. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
We are.
I see.
And Nashville, Tennessee was the first place in America to have an official T6BR cabinet, which is stupid because it was a Japanese import that they were not supposed to have.
What? How did they get that then?
Because the guy who owns the arcades just has hookups
Oh,
and didn't buy it straight through a Namco official distributor, as far as I know.
Mm.
Oh, damn, black market.
So the Nam Cop showed up and shut it down.
No, they never did.
Did he?
Oh, really?
Did they get 6.0?
Yes, but only that arcade was only open for a very brief time before BR was actually out. We played 6.0 for maybe a month before BR came out. Maybe it might have been like 2 months, but it wasn't very much. And we had pad ports too, but they were laggy. So
Oh, really? Interesting.
Oh wow. Didn't CTF have a cabinet with pad ports?
yes, it was also. I think it was probably the same thing.
But
Hmm.
they had
They're-
a ghetto setup, right? They didn't have the actual.
That's what I
arcade
heard.
cabinets.
We didn't have in Tennessee. We didn't have an official one either, but it was actually a pretty nice one that they retrofit from an old. Fuck, I don't remember the specific cabinet, but it was one with a big ass sit down and also had a really big panel on it. That they put a custom panel on. It was actually pretty nice.
Okay.
So
But
wasn't it like
it wasn't
a DR? Wasn't a DR machine or anything?
No. It was
Oh.
something else that they converted. It was actually pretty nice.
I think.
Okay.
I think.
I'm honestly kind of surprised that like the DR machines haven't been retrofitted, like
You mean for
by
pad ports?
just like for like the newer cabinets.
Michael Murray was saying stuff about that. He was saying, somebody commented on how the DR machines had pad ports, and he said that they weren't supposed to do that.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, shit.
he said
Hmm.
they weren't supposed to happen, but oh well.
It's like
So-
oh, happy accident.
Yeah.
Yeah, whoops.
It's like you're expanding your base, so
Well,
whatever.
that was when the King of Iron Fence tournament happened, and like I saw pad players actually able to play. I was like, wait, I could have sworn like they pretty much put the kibosh on that, and they were like, no, like no pads or anything. And then like they started supporting pad players. I was like, well, that's really
I think,
cool.
yeah,
of
King of the
Namco.
Iron Fist was one of the first official Namco tournaments that was kind of like, yeah, whatever, sure.
Hmm. Yeah, because like I had asked, I think I either asked Mark or Michael Murray like before the event happened. I was like, are they gonna have pad support? And they're like, nah, we're not gonna do it. I'm like, oh, okay, well, whatever. Like rip pad players, and then they had pad ports, and I was like, oh, all right. That's cool.
Yeah. I was gonna say I kind of noticed this with just a lot of arcade machines, because like when Japan releases English version arcade machines, they often have a little like disclaimer saying only for Southeast Asia English market, and then somehow we get like hella Police 911 games like Tekken and whatever, and they all say that like, hey, this is only for like not USA, and then there's like hella around, and you're like, oh damn.
Yeah.
Someone's up to some shady business, but no one's gonna
either that or they actually get a distributor that's actually kind of like, yeah, whatever, it's fine, or they end up going back on it, one or the other. But yeah, this one that we had in Nashville was absolutely not supposed to be there to begin with. That doesn't mean that they didn't say okay later, but whatever.
Yeah.
And they put fucking American sticks on it, which is
really?
horrendous. God, they're fucking Hap. Suzo Haps.
Why would you do that?
Because the guy, well, one, it's an arcade. It's in an American arcade, and those things are built like tanks, even though they suck ass for Tekken. You cannot break those things.
No.
You also can't control
you
with
can't.
them.
You can break them.
If you're playing the shit out of Marble or something.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say. Okay.
No, they get better if you break them. That's the thing. They get better.
They get better. But yeah, if you look at that picture, you'll fucking see them. Like dude, everybody plugged it to the pad ports, and you're like, I'll play with lag. Fuck these sticks. Nobody's playing with these sticks at all.
Yeah. I was up in Santa Monica. Speaking of the really shitty American sticks, I was up in Santa Monica and I found this old Tag 1 machine. And this thing, like the buttons were dead. Like they were honestly, I was playing with 2 buttons, playing by myself. But the joystick itself, literally that thing still had like 300% stiffness. That thing felt like a fresh Korean stick. I was like, dude, why is it still alive?
Wow.
So, even though they're not really the best for accuracy or play feel, they're really durable. They really are tanks. Those joysticks, they don't break.
What, you said American ones?
The Hap sticks, yeah.
Yeah, the Hap
sticks.
Yeah.
They don't
like,
break for shit.
The only, like you said, the only game that can really break them is Marvel.
Yeah, when you're sitting there rotating the shit out of them, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But
like, I need my extra hits.
Speaking of which, how many janky arcade setups have you guys ever played on?
Like
many. Go to Peru. Holy fuck!
Oh shit!
That was wonderful. When you're playing Tekken and the buttons are like this far apart, you're fucking doing this shit, and then 2 of them don't work. I watched. I think it was Saint and Anakin trying to play a Tag 2. Was it Tag 2? Was it a Tag? No. It was one of the. I don't even fucking remember which Tekken it was, but they were trying to play it in one of those arcades, and it was terrible. It was stupid. It's like, never mind. We're just gonna walk off.
I played. I can't remember if it was Tekken 4 or Tekken 5, but it had the Soul Calibur button layout.
Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that plenty of times.
Straight across. I was like,
play on that shit.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
you can play on that. I can't play on that shit.
Oh, well, I play stick anyway, but yeah, you can play on that.
Mm-mm.
At least the buttons are within fucking reach.
Yeah, it's not like you're playing Tekken with a Mortal Kombat layout.
You can do that too, because at least it's in a fucking square. You may have a button in the middle, but you're just but you got to spread out like this shit. Or your 1-2 is like boom, 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 boom.
It's like,
yeah, you just fucking throwing out the wolf on it. Ah!
It was
to do a throw, you're like fucking use your whole forearm,
just like hit it like that.
Yeah, put one hand down and lean your chest into it. Yeah, it's good.
As far as me and janky arcade setups, the only thing I can remember is I was up in Evo 2013 and I was with my buddy who drove me up there, and we stopped by this like game store which had free arcade machines you can play on, and they were all like fake Chinese Namco NAR cabinet ripoffs. Because you could tell because the speakers are really crappy. They sound like something you could hear from like a Little Tikes toy speaker or Tickle Me Elmo. I was like, dude, this sounds shitty. And the parts that were Japanese looking, but they're really janky. So I was like, damn, it looks cool, and then you realize it's not a real Noir cabinet. You're like, oh, this is kind of shitty, actually.
Awesome. I played a DDR machine that somehow was rigged to actually run in the groove and take credits, and they didn't. And this was at an official Namco arcade. they had a real Extreme, and then they also had a fake Extreme that was the PC version of In the Groove, or I think it was just fucking Step Mania before In the Groove. So. Yeah, it was running fucking Step Mania with a DDR Extreme skin, and
that's awesome.
You paid for the amount of time you wanted to play on it, and one of the pads didn't work. And this was an official Namco, I think it was a Timeout. It was a Timeout or Aladdin's Castle. It was official Namco.
Actually, there was an arcade here. Yeah, there was an arcade here at in Chesapeake at Cyber Station. They had an In the Groove that was like that, and it was just like basically a bootleg. Like,
was it running a PC?
I have no idea. It might have been, but
because people will hack the arcade version of In the Groove, and that's how they actually keep making money on In the Groove. Is that you can get an arcade dongle that'll actually hack it. Dongle that'll hack the game, and then you can put all sorts of customs and everything on it, as many songs as they want. But at least it's a real machine. Like this was just fucking. This was an abortion of a game. That's terrible.
That's what they did at Super. I believe they had a In the Groove machine, and it was just like it had the USB sticks. They were like they almost encouraged it. I think there's a little sign that said, feel free to plug in. And I was like, damn, they take In the Groove seriously at Super Arcade. Rip Super, by the way, Rip Super.
I think they're coming back, aren't they?
Oh, he's been at it for a while, but the city of Azusa city of industry, has not been real nice to Watson. So I feel bad for the people that did the Kickstarter for Watson to revive Super Arcade. So I'm hoping things work out, but it's been quite a while since he received that Kickstarter money. So I'm a little worried about all that.
I wonder why. He's so adamant about having in Azusa. Specifically.
I mean, isn't that kind of like you don't want to do that because they already have a round one there?
Kind of.
Yeah, beach me and he's already got the head start with Esports Arena, so it's looking kind of dicey. At least for the competitive fighting game part of Super, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, I guess so. Technically, I think Esports Arena is not. I mean, it's not his, but he does hold events there, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, you can actually, if you go to the Esports Arena website, you can actually rent it out for X, whatever day, I think.
Oh, interesting. Okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Because they host a lot of California tournaments where internationals fly in, and I always hear like they're always at Esports Arena. I'm like, dude, what the?
Well, it's great because it's kind of made for that. It's really big.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Yeah, I haven't been there yet, but it looks cool in pictures and videos and shit.
Mm-hmm. It's a nice place, although they need to really boost the AC on the upper level. It gets a little hot there sometimes.
I actually unfortunately didn't get a chance to go by round one when I was at final round, just because I was tired as shit from pulling like 12-hour days.
Ooh.
But I mean, it was fun, and like I said, I'm gonna try to be there again. Dates have already been announced for final round. Next year it's gonna be March 16th through the 18th, and then Fall Classic is gonna be September 29th to October 1st, and that's gonna be in North Carolina.
Interesting.
What you said? You said TFC?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. All right.
Interesting.
Woo!
So we're going to see KANE and Project Runaway on the East Coast.
Yeah, because they're going to come to TFC for sure, right?
They might.
You first, KANE, because you're the sponsored one.
We'll see. It just.
Oh yeah. You're in the skies, KANE, now. So
yeah.
I mean,
ITS.
It just depends on the date. TBH. So.
Yeah. You had other things that got in the way, like real life shit that got in the way of going to other shit right now.
Yeah, I've got a lot of that going on right now, actually, lol. So.
Yeah.
Then even realer life shit for Evo.
Yeah.
Rip Evo, or should we say real death shit?
Cool.
Oh, damn.
Not cool.
Yeah. So, are we gonna see you at Evo, John?
Me? Nah.
No.
Not this year. Maybe another year or two. I kind of want to wait till my son gets a little bit older to where, like, wouldn't have to pretty much tether him the whole time, or you can drop him off with the grandparents for the weekend.
That's weak.
Hey, man. You get a kid, things change.
I know. That's why I haven't done it yet.
Exactly.
Well, that was good.
I am well aware. That was an enormous joke. I would never downplay the importance of that. So
Yeah. He ain't old. He's not old enough for me to throw him off a cliff yet. So
Oh damn.
Oh, damn.
trial by fire.
and he's probably your real son. So
Yeah, that's true too.
Probably,
I like to hope anyway.
that's what I'm saying. We still don't. Now that we've got Akuma in the mix, I'm hoping that Akuma just ran through because of me real quick.
They pulled like some Jerry Springer, Maury Povich type thing.
Hi.
I mean, Kazumi could be the wife, but she might not be. Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, for me on the East Coast, I'm saving for a super fun, exciting trip to Japan. To just totally visit Japan and not improve at Tekken in the slightest. Project Runaway will always be the same bad player forever. So, but after I have a nice vacation, I feel super refreshed and happy. I might be attending some tournaments on the East Coast, depending on what the dates are and how it goes with my school. Because I actually do want to go to some East Coast tournaments. I think it's happening soon, so this one probably is out for this year. I want to visit Combo Breaker.
Yeah, I kind of want to go to Combo Breaker too.
That's Midwest. That's not East Coast.
Yeah, but that's CEO, ECT, Summer Brawl, Final Round. Those are all
Summer
East
Jam?
Coast. Or
Summer Jam?
Winter Brawl, Summer
Wait.
Jam. Yeah.
Do they still have U-Faggot tournaments?
No, that was replaced by Combo Breaker.
Yeah,
Oh,
that is.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, because it was Keats that was running the U-Faggots, and then that got replaced when Keats moved on, and I think he did 10, right? 10 of them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
And then
10 was the last one.
That was the last one, and then Combo Breaker was basically the spiritual successor of it.
Oh, I see.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, when you become as a Divine Fate would say, when you become those West Coasters, everything else is East Coast now. But I do really want to go to KIT final round. I've never been to one, and I would love to go to a final round.
Fucking Evo is East Coast.
I would prefer my top three for non-West Coast would be Combo Breaker first, then final round, KIT, and honorable mention. Although I'm not going this year, CEO. I would like to go to CEO, but not this year.
CEO was actually my last year was the first time I went to CEO, and it was actually pretty fun. Like I didn't really go into it knowing anything about it, so when I got there, it was a pretty well
It's a
run
good
event.
tourney when you put aside the politics and everything that go
Yeah.
on among TOs, and the room that T7 was in is hot as shit. Everybody
Yes.
had a headache and was sweaty and had
'cause they had, like,
stank balls going on, and
They had
Yeah,
DDR and
hella swamp
initial
ass.
D
Yeah.
and no,
they had. It was
Swamp
basically
ass.
this one ballroom was shared by all of the 7.0 setups, so they were all on the arcade, boards that are putting out shitload of heat, like equivalent to a PC.
yeah,
And then that was the same room where they had like four different things streaming, and then they had the entire like mobile arcade was all in there, all in the same ballroom.
That sucks.
So it was hot as shit.
no, dude,
Damn,
the worst area to walk through that entire weekend. Smash area. Oh my
All of the Smash players, all of the Smash games are in one fucking area.
Yeah.
dude,
God,
it was a hallway of hell. Like
we have
I mean,
we have Smash. Yeah, we have Smash players on my sponsorship team, and the people who run my team tell them to take showers.
It's so
It's
bad.
it's my joke, but they're kind of reminding the scene as a general to fucking take showers.
Dude, it was just one section of the hotel. Like, you walk in the door, and it was just a funk.
It's like a fucking tidal wave. Like, it will knock you on your ass if you're not ready for it.
And, like, you had to walk through this entire section to get to the other side, or you had to walk outside around the hotel. And, I mean, it was just...
It was worth
so bad.
around.
Yeah, it was worth it to walk around in the heat. Cause
it smelled better next to the bathroom than it smelled next to it.
Dude, it was so bad. So bad.
I don't get how players like can tolerate that. Like, if you're a Smash player and you gotta be in the area to play, what the fuck?
I mean, it's got to be one of those situations where you're so used to it that you don't even you don't even smell yourself anymore.
Yeah, like pigs rolling their own shit, but whatever, you know.
Yeah, it's like it just becomes a part of you.
Yeah.
This is what I do. Gonna start a fucking like a Bane Dark Knight Rises. I was born into this shit. So, come on.
Dang, that got me.
It's molded by the stank. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got some personal training with Kane at Anime Expo. The cosplayers, I think they're probably on the same level as the Smash players. So I'm well versed with the eye stinging pain and BO.
Oh, dude, it was so bad.
It's,
Final round.
It
Thankfully, final round
It can
wasn't
also be a
bad.
weapon. It can also be a weapon,
A
man.
biological
Like,
weapon.
Yeah, if you want to just like distract the shit out of the person that has to sit right next to you, just smell like a walking asshole, then okay.
Or you could just walk over into the Smash section, bottle it, and like spray it in somebody's face like mace.
That'll work.
Dang. That would be a great self-defense tool.
You sit next to your opponent, you'd be like, I'm shitty.
Really? No. Whiff.
No, literally.
Yeah.
I brought shit.
Like the Smash section at final round, like I guess since it was so open that you couldn't even really tell, thankfully.
Final round this year, it was really open. Yeah.
Yeah,
It was enormous ballroom and lots of walking room. Nobody was bumping up against you, which is a first for me for final round. So that was an upgrade. I mean, I like to think that I can play in most any situation, but you can't really play when somebody's, rubbing their nutsack against the back of your neck.
Nice.
Oh.
And then you turn around, look up to them, and like elbow them, and they just fucking lean harder because they're trying to distract you from playing against one of their ATL players. So,
Yeah, that is a thing.
Yes, it is.
You have to be aware of when you come to ATLs. Like, there will be people on all sides of you yelling and screaming in your ears. No round brown and all that.
feeling on you erotically. Yes.
I think that's only you, but
No, sir. No, sir. No,
Yeah.
sir.
I hope that's a trend. Like, I like those big open halls, like Evo 2014, or like last year's Evo was obviously, it looked like it was held in the airport hangar. That was good.
I thought
And around two, there's a lot of vertical space for the odor of any potential competitor to go elsewhere. is what
Yeah,
I'm
heat
saying.
rises.
dude.
Yeah.
I thought
Mhm.
you were gonna say, oh, I hope that's a trend where I get sweaty nutsacks rubbed all over my face. I was like, what?
Oh no! Oh please no!
That's where I thought you were going.
I mean, I hope not. That's scary.
I hope not too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where
Delicious.
the event is for final round next year? Is the venue?
it'll probably be in the same venue. Because I think that went over really well. I mean, we were down a lot of people just because of the previous year where, everybody was bunched up in the hotel, and a lot of it was because it was the first CPT event. So, like, we went from, right around, I'd say like right around 1,000 people signing up to like 1,500 plus, all trying to rush the door like at the because gamers are fucking lazy. They'll wait till the last minute to sign up for everything, and especially that top player privilege kicks in, and it's like, hey, I didn't pre-reg because I had like 6 months to register, but can I get in and like make sure that I have like a early AM pool and all that. So it's like literally like Cody said, is just like everybody was just like
Nuts to butts is
up.
what we like to call it.
Yes, yeah, pretty much nuts to butts and like all over the place. Like thankfully that year Tekken room really wasn't too bad since everybody was signed up for Street Fighter.
It was a 2D focus. It had to be with as many people as were in it. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, once we got to the convention center, it's just because that put such a bad taste in everybody's mouth that a lot of people didn't show up for the convention center. But when we did do the convention center, the feedback was really good. I mean, outside of like food and kind of location and things like that, because there wasn't really food within walking distance, which was one of the bigger benefits of being at the hotel. But just the pure amount of space was so much better, and I think that after what we did this year, next year we'll be able to plan a little bit better for utilizing all the space, because I mean there was a lot of empty space that we really could have done something with, but
yeah, but you didn't have the numbers this year. Next year you didn't have the numbers you had numbers for a good tournament. You didn't have numbers to fill that big ass space. But
right, exactly.
With the games that are coming out this year, for which there will be numbers next year, I think you could fill that place. I was actually worried about it being filled, but then I mean the numbers just weren't that crazy.
Well, on top of that,
I think they will be. They will be. I
think that kind of worked out to our benefit too, just considering how many limited setups we had.
Yeah, and you were down people, like you said. You were down. Yeah. You were down volunteers too.
Yeah. So I mean, it just kind of worked out overall.
Did people just not show up? Or
I mean, it was partly that. Some of my volunteers weren't from the Tekken community, so they didn't really like, a lot of people kind of want to run the game that they're more familiar with, which, I mean, I can kind of understand, but it's like all you're doing is running a tournament, so you don't really need to play that game to know how to run that tournament.
Yeah, it helps you be a better TO if you know what the hell you're talking about, though.
Yeah.
And especially if you're standing around for hours and hours helping out people, it's kind of good if you know the people that you're talking to, so you can actually talk to while you're waiting on matches to run and all that sort of shit. So I understand it, but at the same time, if you're going to sign up to be a volunteer where you're needed.
Yeah, and don't DQ people who are 10 minutes late.
That's what I was about to say. I didn't see anybody that was
even after
DQ'd for just like really fucking quickly for no reason.
Even after explaining that you flew from California.
Dude, like that was one of the things that I don't mind enforcing extreme rules as far as time, but I told people beforehand, like when they checked in, I was like, look, don't go anywhere, because if I call your name, I'm going to give you like 2 minutes. And if you're not there, that's it. Like, I have no problem sending you home. Like, I don't care. But one of the things that I did kind of run into, which probably would have changed the entire tournament from the jump, was the Korean players, like pretty much all the foreign players in Anakin were all like 30 minutes late.
Oh,
it wasn't. Was it them specifically? Because some of the ITS people were late, not because it has anything to do with ITS, but because they were all staying together and they got stuck behind a fucking train that took like 30 to 45 minutes to pass.
Well, see, I think most of the ITS people that I had in pools were either I didn't have a lot of them in the morning in the first pools in the 10 a.m. pools. I had most of them in the 12 pools. But all the foreign players were in the 10 a.m. pools, and none of them were there when the tournament started. So like I was kind of waiting around, and then I go over to Shin Blanca, and he's like, no, you need to start this tournament like right now." I'm like, "Oh, all right," because come to find out, the one of the drawbacks of using the convention center is that when they say, it's time to shut down, I think they shut down at like 11:30. They charge you $300 per minute.
What?
That you go beyond that.
Yeah, that's what Isage told me as well. So if you were 30 minutes late, so if you left at 12:30, that's a $9,000 surcharge for the venue.
That is pretty nuts. Holy.
Yeah.
Was that all 3 nights or just the final night?
No, that was any time.
So you could still leave all your shit in there for the first 2 nights, but on the last night you had to have all your shit packed up and out.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah. Like pretty much you had to shut down everything.
Yeah, because
But, like,
they shut down a lot of the electricity, they shut down security and all that sort of stuff. But $9,000 is kind of nuts.
Yeah. So like we were pushing because it was like, because honestly I didn't know how well the tournament would go, especially when like the consoles were like freezing up and everything, and is just that's what another reason why I didn't want to play during the tournament was because just wanted everything to go without any like major hiccups or anything.
But looks like you got people hating on you here in the chat, buddy.
Let's see here.
Oh. Hey, while you guys look at the chat, I just wanted to say, if you're a competitor and you got a top build player coming up as your next match, dude, like I'll be the bitch here, dude. Fucking ask that DQ, like I'll be screaming it to the TO. I'll be like DQ, DQ, DQ. 10 minutes late, 10 minutes late, 15 minutes late. Who cares if he's from Japan? DQ, DQ, DQ. Because I mean, I don't think tournaments are the most. They don't always show who the best player is, and I'm not there to fucking play to show how good I am. I just want to get some money. DQ, DQ, DQ.
That sounds like a Gin Master tournament to me.
Damn.
Just gonna slide straight to the straight to the finals.
And, I mean, that would be great. Honestly, that would be great. I haven't been hooked up in brackets for a while.
To be fair, he did actually do. We had a local tournament during the DR days, and he actually ran the tournament, and he did the brackets, and nobody noticed until like halfway through the brackets. It was like, wait a minute, how does he have a bye all the way to semifinals? So
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Dude, that's hella awesome, dude. That sounds like some Princess Wing bracket right there.
like we had a full bracket, and it's just like looking. I went over there and looked. I was like, wait a minute, like how does this dude not played anybody in like the past like hour? And it's just like straight to the finals. I was like, hold on. I was like, wait a minute, I need to redo this because this is a little ridiculous.
Wait,
so I just was like.
Nobody noticed?
Nobody was paying attention. Gym Master just slid in there, did the bracket up, and like he just turned it into V time, I guess. Shouts out to V time.
Well, interesting.
I don't have I can't confirm whether or not this is true or not, but it was just a rumor. I heard, I think it was Red and Black who was whining about it, and I was just trying to play. It was like SCR 2014. And Red and Black or somebody was like, Rip's doing the brackets. They gave the brackets to Rip. He's gonna rig it. So that had hearing about Gin Master that might have me a little cautious nowadays. Sometimes I want to know who made the bracket just to be safe. Oh man.
Well, final round, I did all the pools for final round, and thankfully nobody really complained. like I was honestly very, very, very surprised that nobody complained about their pools.
A lot of people were sort of complaining quietly that preferential treatment was sort of given to put an ITS member in all 16 fucking pools.
Oh.
The only reason why I did that was because there were so many of them.
Well, yeah.
I didn't want to have all of them like just beating each other out.
Yeah, but when you bring 16 people, I think that sort of goes out the window, man.
Yeah,
I think you should start dealing with regional again because...
Yeah, and I mean, that's kind of...
Because some of those brackets in the top half and the bottom half, was kind of silly.
Well,
yeah. I admit that was kind of on me as far as putting the pools together, but I also had to separate the like 30 Georgia people that showed up too, because it's well, I don't know how many of these motherfuckers play each other.
If you ask me, like, I don't think like teams should be separated like that.
Yeah, they shouldn't get preference. I mean, even for the people that I'm on team with, I wouldn't say preferential treatment.
Yeah.
If I'm in Florida and just say we had a random person in like Washington State or some shit, I wouldn't be like, no, let's separate.
Yeah, I don't. I don't think so. But regional, I would say, yeah, like let's say, if I played Rip or Eris all the time, like first round, I'd be kind of upset about that. But
well, see, that was kind of the other thing was like I didn't know because like a lot of these, to be fair, I don't know like a lot of the players, so I was just like kind of just going based off of the team, and then like I don't know how often these people play like online scrimmages or anything like that. Like I didn't know any real background.
Online shouldn't matter.
Yeah, no, I mean I agree. So, I mean, like I said, this is the first time with me actually doing pools for a major event, so I know more for the future to kind of look past that. But like I said, I was just trying to make everything.
Yeah, but if you didn't, you might have caught some shit from somebody that you would have had to be like, hey, shut up.
Right, exactly. So I mean, it's
there was no easy way out of dealing with 16 people, and this isn't taking any sort of shit out of my ITS. I mean, you guys do whatever. Have like 4,000 people for all I give a fuck. I'm just saying there was no easy way out of that because you weren't going to make everybody happy.
Right, exactly.
Somebody's going to
complain. Yeah, right.
Yeah, whatever you do, hook me up with the brackets, man. Hookups.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Right there.
On 2 hours of sleep, Red and Black made me drive 5 hours from Bakerswald to San Francisco. Then I played 13 hours straight to win LCQ number 8. And the next day, I get the one of two most dangerous pools, and I got Shrek really bad.
Dude, I was trying to make
no luck project right away.
But Larry wasn't up for it. I was like, come on, man! Like these people are signing up last minute. I was like, please just let me make a death pool. Like I just want to make one. But he was like, no, we can't do it. I'm like,
yeah.
Because I think he's gonna do like he did this year and do away with at-door registration. So
that'd be a lot. That'd be very helpful. Because
I think KIT did that a few years ago. They just said no. Period.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's what Larry did was like the only registration we're doing for emergency was and he may not do it next year, but was on Thursday, and you had to be there between what was it, like between 12 and 4 or something like that. But like that was the only emergency registration that he was doing. He wasn't doing anything on Friday. And I mean, I understand. It's like it's 2017. How hard is it to make a PayPal?
Right.
Like how hard is it to go on the site and be like register and that's it? It's like I don't understand. I never understood why people want to pay more money to enter a tournament
by
waiting.
I was gonna.
But I mean, people got, more disposable income, I guess. I
You
got
got
bills.
that JDCR Secret Tech at Evo 2014 where he didn't register, but he just took some player's spot and he won the bracket. So he then changed his name from John Doe to JDCR in top 8. I did that before at another unspecified tournament, but I didn't get anywhere, so no trouble for me.
He took Gallo's place, so
Oh, okay.
he was known as JC Gallo
Mm.
early on.
Yeah, that's a secret tech, man. People sometimes they don't make it to tournaments, so for a day I could be quote unquote speed kicks at some tournament if he couldn't go.
Actually, there was a couple people at final round who did that. It wasn't a lot of people. It was maybe like 2 or 3, but I mean, it kind of made sense. The spots were already paid for, so it was like an extra people were there. So I mean, it didn't really throw off the brackets too bad. And I mean, it wasn't like like a foreign player just just showed up. Like Nobi just walked in and was like, "Oh, hey, I just got here, so can I play?" So I mean, it wasn't too bad.
Darkness explained he brought out something pretty funny in the chat. That's actually I mean it's probably easy to police, but I could see it working. He said register under multiple names, secret tech. So.
Well, I mean, if you got that kind of money, you can register however many names you want to and just keep playing, I guess.
Yeah, if no one knows who you are, or you do like the secret, mask tech where they can't see your face.
You just come back with a fake mustache and glasses.
For real. Come back with the hairy mustache.
It's like,
And
oh yeah,
glasses,
I'm here for my 10 a.m. pool. Oh, I lost. I'm here for my 12 p.m. pool. Just keep coming back.
That.
All right, guys, we're kind of getting low on time. So, if anyone has any last questions you want to ask John, then just go ahead and post your questions. But yeah, freaking less than 2 weeks, right? Or 2 weeks?
Oh yes.
Was 16 days?
It'll be 2 weeks on Friday.
All right. Yep.
And remember that it is well, at least here, June 1st, we're getting a 9 p.m. Release.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
I have a secret tech, so I might be streaming it sometime.
You better be careful. The NAM cop's gonna come get you.
What are they gonna do?
Yeah.
It's fucking ban your Twitch account.
I don't know about that. Well, okay, so
If you break NDA, yeah, they can.
so check it out.
Not NDA. What NDA did you? He didn't sign an NDA.
Yeah, I did.
Is it an IP ban or is it just an account ban?
It's an account ban.
So check it out.
I mean, yeah.
But there are people
you
who were
gotta
streaming Injustice 2 before it was fucking released.
Yeah, way before.
Yeah.
So check it out. If I remember correctly, it releases on June 1st in Japan on Steam, right? But June 1st is May 31st here. So people are going to be streaming it May 31st.
It's possible, yeah, you're right.
Which means...
Got that secret Japanese tech.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Excuse me.
But it won't be on this channel. So lol.
Hidden Japanese channel.
He's moving over to stream.me.
Oh shoot, yeah. That's
going over to Nico.
Oh god.
No, that one actually has viewers.
It'll be Facebook streaming. Lol.
Facebook Live.
I wonder what would happen if you streamed an early game on Facebook. Nothing, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, Facebook doesn't
It
care.
probably just depends on who you're friends with.
Yeah, there's a lot of snuff on Facebook. So I mean,
What?
Like,
Snuff.
how do I say it? You're probably not going to get policed for streaming a video game over, let's say a murder or something. You know what I mean? Like, Namco is going to go call the cops exactly where a certain person would be just because they're streaming T7 on Facebook. I guess. Oh man,
I mean, it's not illegal to stream it per se, is it?
No, not that I'm aware
Like I
of.
said, usually it's like an implied NDA, but I don't know, man.
And then what even would Namco even do to you? Like, what could they do? I'm not condoning, fucking with Namco. I'm just saying, literally, what could they do? Like, they don't have Twitch internal access to just say, Twitch ban this guy or some shit, do they?
Yeah.
They probably got pulled.
Yeah, they probably have some sort of like, hey, could you do this for us? Kind of like a copyright strike.
People like people have been streaming like console T7 from like Australia for fucking ever.
Yep.
But see, those are official events, though. That's
Gives
kinda
a
different.
fuck. No, it's
Kinda
not.
different.
No, they
Kinda
stream it.
different.
They stream it from Namco HQ.
Oh,
The guys that are sitting back there playing the test builds and stuff. They play it for like 3 days straight, like Blanky X's.
Oh yeah, Block EX. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's a different situation, but maybe not.
Yeah.
Fuck it, try it, do it.
I think somebody asked you what the lore behind your name was.
Oh,
I hope
wow.
there's some amazing story because there's never one.
No, it's really not that amazing.
Fuck!
My name there was a mod for the original Half-Life that was called The Opera, and the main character's name was Xian Wu, and it's kind of like similar to The Matrix, like basically kind of like that John Woo dual pistol style handgun thing.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
So, like, I just
You made
in
it.
the well, in the storyline, he died, and I was like, well, I'm the new Xian Wu, so Neo Xian.
Mm. Oh, okay. That's cool.
So it's like not some crazy,
PC nerd.
Yeah, I'm a nerd.
I'm gonna go play Quick Champions as soon as this is over.
I got work in the morning.
I do too.
So do I.
Well-
Well, actually, no, not tomorrow.
Yeah, see,
Not tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
So
Must be nice.
did you guys take off for June 2nd?
I am going to work some extra hours in the week, so I will officially have it anyway. So
There
Yeah.
you go.
hopefully, I won't even have to do that. I'll already have it in hand. We'll see. We'll see. I'll pull some Injustice shenanigans and get it like a week and a half early.
Go to that mom and pop store.
Kinda. We'll see.
Oh, snap, yeah.
We'll see. I can't really get mine early because I got that big ass box edition with the statue.
Oh,
I'm getting both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I have a PS4 Pro on the way. So,
I actually just picked one up
look,
yesterday.
you have two setups now. So, technically, if you wanted to pick another game up, another copy,
Yeah, just to have a
There you
second
go.
fucking disc. There you go.
well, I mean, like, say if he has people over
Yeah.
or wants
Right.
to bring a setup.
No. You make people bring their shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're providing electricity and air.
BYOC.
Yeah,
Um,
bring your own shit for sure.
Speaking of multiple console versions, I was gonna ask, do you guys think, like, this is a pretty minor question, do you guys think the physical copy version will run a little slower than if you just download the whole thing? Because, like, recently my CD player broke on my my Blu-ray player broke on my PS3, and then when I re-downloaded and bought the game Tag 2 on my PS3, it ran a lot quicker than the Blu-ray player.
I mean, it basically does a full install of the game anyway. The only thing that it checks on the disc is it doesn't really read that much off the disc once it's installed. It's basically just checking for, identification that there's a disc there. That's really it.
It's not that much more swift, but I did notice, like, I'm shaving a couple, 3, 5, 8 seconds. So I was like,
Placebo.
because this will be the game I'll be playing the most. I was just curious because, like, this might be the only game on PS4 I ever own. So, I would prefer to have
Rip
Mine
near.
has been
fast
sitting
loading
still
time available.
for many months.
Rip near.
Rip Mirror. Yeah, I mean, I might play it, but I love Tekken. You already know.
Yeah,
Final Fantasy 15 has been my only game in my PS4, only physical game in my PS4
Oh,
for
man,
like.
you gotta play Nier,
Physical.
man.
I've seen the videos.
somebody convinced me to buy a PS4 as soon as Destiny came out, and we got it, and I played that shit for a week and never touched the shit again.
Dang.
And because that's the worst FPS I've probably played in the past 15 to 20 years. And then I have Street Fighter V, played it once and never played it again.
Gosh. Yeah.
And I have a couple of other like legit games that I need to play, but that really is it. Fuck, what else did I play? There's something else I played, but whatever. Yeah, it's not. It's yeah. Fuck it. It's been a paperweight mostly for the time I've had it.
Speaking of paperweights, man, people they all from launch date they bought the original PS4, and then they released the Pro, and the graphics are extremely much better on the Pro. And I feel bad for the regular PS4 owners.
What's better on the Pro?
The graphics look much better.
For T7?
For T7, yes.
Have you played one in person?
No, I've only played the arcade builds, and I believe, like the original PS3 build, like me, I'm pretty not demanding when it comes to graphics. Like I think Tag 2 still looks good, so the original PS3 build looked fine, maybe a little more grainy compared to the arcade, but I mean, from what I've heard, man, PS4 Pro version is the one to get.
I think PC is gonna look better than Pro.
I'm not gonna be surprised. You got the.
Well, I mean, they're both going to be 4K. 4K for the Pro, and then 4K for PC. So,
I bet PC is probably going to have like graphics options though, just like every other PC game has. Like, there's probably, if you're running PS4 Pro in true 4K, something is pulled back. Period.
Right.
There's no way, because even on a PC right now, there are very few games that you can run unless you're running a fucking 1080 Ti, which the PS4 Pro does not have, where you can run 60 frames a second at 4K and run it at ultra settings or top settings. There's very few games you can do that.
Now, does Street Fighter V on PC have graphical settings? Anybody know?
I don't know.
Probably limited. It's more optimized, I would think. Like
there ain't shit going on, so you probably play that shit on an old laptop.
I mean, like a maxed out PC graphics build would make for a great top 8 stream. That's all I'll say. That sounds sick. Max it out.
Yeah, there's low, medium, high, and max settings on Street Fighter V.
Oh, okay. They got easy mode version.
Interesting.
That's very interesting.
Can you do Street Fighter V in 4K?
I don't know. We'll see. On PS4 Pro?
Or
on PS4 Pro, I don't think it.
Or PC?
Yeah, I don't think it has any.
Not that
anything.
the game looks nice anyway.
I don't know. Probably. But I don't know. I don't know if there's an in-game option to run native 4K. I don't know.
I see.
I'm also kind of curious about the whole 900p thing. I'm wondering if that's only OG PS4 or if the PS4 Pro is going to be able to do 1080 regardless of the 4K option. So say like even if you just have a regular monitor, not a 4K monitor, will it still run over 900p?
I'm super confident it's going to be much more than 900p. At least 1080 or 1440.
Yeah, there you go. That sounds great.
Yeah,
I mean, we don't have 4K. Like, it depends on whatever you're playing on. Because on a 23-inch monitor, like, you could have quadrillion K, and it's just a 23-inch monitor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I tell people. You want 4K on a 1080p 23, 24-inch monitor, you roll your chair back 6 inches. Instant 4K.
There you go.
Yeah, if you really want to get the most out of 4K, you better be running like a minimum 32-inch screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Pay that-
you're just
pay that
really not
$1,000.
gonna get a fucking no. You can get a 40-inch computer monitor that's 4K, runs at 60 hertz for like $400 to $500 now.
What's the input like? though?
But no, they're legit. They're less than a frame.
okay.
But they're not name brand. They're these Korean
Oh yeah, I know what
cheap
you're talking about.
Korean ones that you can only really get on eBay.
Mhm.
But they're actually legit. Like they're the secondhand panels that didn't pass like 100% flying colors from either Samsung or Apple.
Oh, okay.
And so instead of selling them for $2,500, they sell for $500, and they might have like one dead pixel, like up in the corner somewhere, or like they might have absolutely nothing wrong with them, but they just for whatever reason didn't pass insane quality tests. So,
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Cody. I saw that on eBay too. I saw a YouTube review as well. And basically, like, I don't know about them being secondhand or didn't pass the test, but it just looked like I call it the garage jerry rig setup. But of course, they look great. That's what I'm saying. The screens,
Yeah.
the monitors look great.
fucking legit for
It's
no
like,
money.
it's like it's almost like Korean Kickstarter. They're just like, hey, we got these monitors. They might not be, we can't guarantee we're like some big brand, but they actually are really good. Like,
Yeah, this is
Steve Jobs monitors, basically.
They actually they're the secondhand panels from the big guys. That's what
the
they are.
back of somebody's car.
Yeah, you got that,
It's like, hey yo, I got these monitors back here. They 4K. You want
Yeah,
you
the
want that
flea market.
4K?
Yeah,
Flea
right.
Market Bazaar. Flea
Yeah.
Market Bazaar Korean monitors.
Yeah, because I mean they make them at the expensive factories, and then they either can sell them to this secondhand company for cheap, or they can waste all the resources and throw them away and recoup none of their money. So they just resell them, and then somebody else packages them. So
I got a nice 55-inch on the way, so I think.
yay, the Vizio D! You getting that D?
Actually, I'm getting a P.
Fuck!
I canceled the D, and this sounds so bad.
I know, that's why I was saying it. Come on, Dunta, somebody.
Oh man, did somebody clip that?
I canceled the
Down the
D,
D,
and
pick
I'm
up the
getting
P.
a P.
Nice. So it's a Vizio P.
Series. P series. Yes. It's
Vizio
much
P Series
better.
55.
It's much better.
As far as the input latency, or is it the
Input
HDR? You wanted HDR, didn't you?
I did want the HDR. That's why. That's exactly why, actually. Because they advertised HDR on the box, on the Tekken 7 box. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it.
If you're gonna go in, go all out.
That's right.
Yeah, that look great.
I was gonna buy something expensive, and then I was talking to you about, somebody gave me a 61-inch 1080p for free. So I was like, this will work for a while. So
Heck yeah, that sounds great.
yeah,
You can
and
always
there's
get, always get VR too. And then you can swing the camera around and look at Lily and her dress.
Ooh.
The VR on I've seen videos of the VR on T7, and it's very extremely underwhelming. So
Disappointing.
Oh yeah.
yeah,
Very.
I was actually thinking about getting a VR. Obviously not for Tekken, but I don't know. It just, in regards to Tekken 7, it's super underwhelming.
Yeah, I was honestly like when they showed it, I was hoping for a lot more.
I thought it was gonna be a lot more. Like,
Yeah, I think in some interview, like Mike Murray said that they experimented with actual fighting with it, and it just wasn't doable. So
I could see that
kept
though,
scaling it back until they were just have what they have.
but it's not even the fighting. Like, for example, customizations. If you guys didn't know, you could do like wind poses in the customization screen.
Yep.
Like, play all the animations, wind poses, lose whatever intros. But you can't do that in VR. So it's like, what are you actually doing? It's just like fighting, and you get to.
You're kind of like you're a roaming camera while
Yeah.
doing very basic shit in a versus mode.
If they had like
Yep.
intros, wind poses, like the zoom in isn't very far. The zoom out is a little bit farther, but not that far. Well, I don't know why you'd want to zoom out so much, but anyway, yeah, it's just really Really underwhelming.
I agree. I agree 100%. I'm glad I didn't go purchase something just for that. Though
Yeah,
I will probably borrow my friends to play Resident Evil 7, but I'm not going to buy it for Tekken. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a new technology, so it's not going to be polished or great yet. It's going to be pretty basic.
The price of admission is just a little too much for me too. Like spending like $300-400 for a VR headset is just not. It's not in my wheelhouse right now.
Yeah,
Like,
not till you can throw that kid off a volcano, right?
Exactly. Get rid of him, then I'll be fine.
Yep.
I don't know if
I'm going to ask. All right, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna answer that actually. I don't know if it's the VR's wasted resources, but I do feel like there's not much to it, as I already said. So it feels like they just put that in just to say we have a VR option.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Yeah.
Just to make use of the peripheral that lots of people already have.
Right.
Yeah, it's kind of like a little bonus, huh?
Alchemist is saying it might be for future DLC content, but what kind of content do you think they're gonna have for, this?
Yeah, I mean, if it's already pretty limited as it is, I don't see DLC content being to the point where they would expand it that much to where it's worth it.
Hopefully there will be a VR fishing game with Kuma.
Oh, so there you go.
You know what? VR
reaching
Tekken,
off in the water, grabbing salmon.
VR Tekken Ball.
That's what I was about to say. If they were going to go some route, it wouldn't be like a big feature. It would be just like a little fun extra, like Tekken Ball or something like that.
Maybe.
VR Tekken Bowling.
Yeah, they just, steal a couple of those original Wii bowling developers, just like, hey, make Tekken Ball. And, I mean, hella people would play it, man. People, they love Tekken Ball.
Now, do you guys think that there will be any extra mini games like Tekken Ball or bowling or anything like that?
I hope there's a VR Death by Degrees.
Oh, God.
Oh, it's it.
I hope that's included in 7. It'll sell like shit.
Yep.
Hot shit.
I mean, if you want the game to fail, I mean, you can go right ahead.
I'm just asking if the story mode. I don't know. We'd have to see. I'm just hoping there will be a lot of content. 8 hours in 2017 is kind of short. I hope it's more than 8 hours, bare minimum.
Really?
In a fighting game?
Yeah.
For fighting game, I guess it's not
8
too bad.
hours? 8 hours.
How long was
shit?
I forget how long MKX's was. It was probably like 8 to 10, and it was
8 to 10,
good.
Yeah, it was like 8 to 10.
It was actually pretty good. I mean, as cheesy as fuck as MK storylines can be, I mean, I don't think you're going to get a whole lot cheesier than Tekken's. So it was still doable.
Yeah. I mean, when you got a guy headbutting bullets and shit,
Yes,
That's gonna be lit.
you got to be a real man to do that.
Oh, actually, I wanted to touch back on the mini games just really quickly. I'm very optimistic about Tekken 7. If they go all out and they just have like a ton of extras, like I don't know if this is true or not. It was one of the older Tekken games. You could put like Galaga or something on it.
Mm.
It was like a little weird code you had to enter, and then you could just play Galaga for some reason.
You
If
mean
they have a lot of those,
you mean in Tekken 1?
like you said, like we mentioned, Tekken Ball, that would be really good for the game, just to give everyone a little more replay value, just in general.
Yeah, maybe a mini game of some kind.
And I mean, something like that could always be DLC too. Like something that people could purchase to, kind of supplement the game, which is, I guess, kind of what Harada and Murray were saying. The whole purpose of the DLC was to keep the game alive.
Yeah, it really wouldn't surprise me if because they've done so much fucking fan service with both Tag 2 and 7, and they're wearing the "Don't Ask Me for Shit" shirt. So it really wouldn't surprise me all the idiots you saw like asking for like Tekken Ball or Tekken Bowling on Twitter if they actually put one of those back in it at some point
for like 49 cents or something like that.
Maybe.
Hey, as long as it keeps WTF working,
That would be cool. I wish that would come back and it would stay up.
Yeah,
That was actually pretty cool for a while.
Yeah, I liked it too. I
loved it.
I thought it was a
Yeah.
good implement.
Yeah, it was a good fucking stalker thing because you could like, who's this person been playing? Who's he been losing to? Aha, excellent. He loses to this character. I will pick that in next time I play him.
Yeah.
And then you could be on a team and post on the website and stuff.
Or when somebody's like, no, I wasn't at home playing. I was out. So sorry I didn't see your message. And you go check their profile. Like, bitch, you've been playing for the last 6 hours.
I was like, how do you have like 30 matches? This is ridiculous.
Oh, that's my mom.
Yeah.
She's playing. My mom's playing.
Speaking about World Tekken Federation. Okay, so little fun trivia. Princess Ling, he invited me to his, back when it was still active, his World Tekken Federation team, and the name of it was super lame. It was off if you guys know the Twilight series, there's the main villains like the Volturi or something, or it was like a group of some characters. And I was like, dude, you're so lame for just playing. But I joined the group anyways.
Wow.
Good story, bro.
Was that his group that he made?
I believe so.
Wow, that's hella gay.
Just throw it out there.
Yeah, I mean, we had a cool gathering. We had like 40 people. It was actually pretty cool. But then they, World Tekken Federation died. Rip.
Oh, Cody the cutie.
Yeah, whatever. Whatever, whoever that dude is. Appreciate it. Thanks, dude.
Yeah, I just hope they do.
I'm going to assume that that's like Funny Kid or something.
I just hope they have heavy penalties for rage quitting.
I hope it's a fucking burial.
Yeah.
Like 2 or 3 times, and you're just like banned for like 6 months.
Yeah.
Like fuck it, just gone.
Speaking of matches, how do you guys feel about the potential of them doing ranked matches like
Lobby?
like Street Fighter style?
Oh.
Like where you pick who you play against.
Yeah, ranked match lobby, right?
Well, it's not really I guess it's kind of a lobby, but I mean it's a list of names and you choose which person you play against.
It gives us more options, yeah. I mean, the way I feel about boosting, the potential boosting, I don't personally care. Because the online community, we all are very communicative. We all know who's really playing versus who's not playing. So I don't care for boosting particularly. But as for people who are trying to earn ranks the honest way, I think it'll be much easier to find people your rank instead of playing, jobbers who are 2 ranks below and playing 30 games and not going anywhere.
Yeah. And you can also avoid the people who, like, you can tell use lag switches and things of that nature.
Or who just have god awful connections to you that when you first get connected to them, it says they have 5 bars and they have like a negative 26 bar. Yeah.
Actually,
26.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Like you just see the bars going the other way and they go off the screen. Yeah,
it's just like a little telephone icon shows up because they're on
straight dial up.
Yeah, X-Cops makes a good point. He said that's not going to be fair because some people will have a hard time to play. What I think they might do is they might show like connection and rank, but they won't show names until you click them per se.
That's what I was thinking. I think that would be a little more fair. Like if you showed connection and rank, then you still might be able to pick people out, but it won't be as obvious that you're just avoiding certain people. Because you shouldn't be able, in my opinion, to be able to get to a rank by playing one fucking person over and over again. That's pretty stupid.
Not a high rank anyway.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see.
Questions, or are people just asking each other their own questions in here? What about when you get disconnected because your opponent is on Wi-Fi and you never connect? Should that be counted against you? Of course not. But if they have to find a way to detect that, and that's been the issue with implementing penalties forever. Is they have difficulty really determining who screwed the whole thing up.
Yeah.
I heard something like on the online, like they can tell if you're on Wi-Fi, or you could pick your connection or something for T7.
That'd be great. Like they give you NAT types. Oh shit,
Yeah,
that types.
right.
Hmm.
I mean, I could be totally wrong, but I remember somebody saying something about that or reading something about that. Can't remember.
It sounds like fake news to me.
Well, it could be, but I guess we'll find out in 2
That's
weeks,
something from the
right?
Trump administration.
Oh god. Mm.
The
Well, I
ability,
think.
ability to choose your connection is going to be huge.
Oh please.
Huge.
Huge.
All I gotta say is the only thing that really bugged me about ranked in Tag 2 was Q dodging. Like in other games, when you sign up, like other like MOBAs, for example, like Dota 2 or League of Legends, if you Q dodge in ranked, you do that too much, you get a time penalty. And I felt like in Tag 2, especially when people were trying to search for death matches, it got really irritating because you'll be in ranked sitting for like 10 minutes and you keep hitting accept and everyone's just canceling on you and you're like, you want to play.
They're looking for
So-
that 3-bar, man.
Mhm.
So I'm hoping the new rank alleviates that in some capacity with Q dodging because that shit sucks.
You know what? I think part of that might be people just wanting to boost or play each other. So
Yeah.
you know how you'll be on Skype and you'll get a pop-up and you'll just ask the person, "Oh, is this you?" No, cancel.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
Yeah, happens in Twitch chat all the time.
right, but they
Mhm.
have deathmatch now in T7. So
Yeah.
at least I think it'll
Is that confirmed? Is that confirmed that you'll be able to do a rematch, like a revenge match, in on console? That would be awesome if they did.
Probably like Street Fighter
I love
5
that.
where both players agree to it, I guess.
That would be awesome.
Alchemist says it is,
That would be
Okay.
awesome.
or unless he's
Great.
not answering to me.
Really?
Rip.
Yeah, they could just be like, "Oh, that's a great point." Yeah, it is.
Yeah, like if both players agree, then just play each other forever.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Rank up, rank down.
Yep.
said it's in the
Because
game.
that would be
Both
kinda
players have to
cancer.
agree.
If you had to play regardless if you said no or not, like you couldn't decline the rematch, I'd be stuck in forever trying to win. I'd be like, man, I'm not trying to lose my points. Revenge match. 3 hours
Yeah.
later.
Yeah, I would think on console they'd enable the ability to walk away, because on an arcade you just have to take the loss if somebody else picks you up after you're ready to go.
But
Now-
in arcade, you have more of an incentive because it's your money. But like, you already bought the game, you got the PS4, you already spent a shit ton. Doesn't
Yeah, but
matter.
also if you want to walk away from your money on arcade, you should be able to be like, fuck it, no. And they'll be
Right,
like,
right.
end of game.
Yeah.
Now, for the verses, have we confirmed that, like the loser gets to control character select and all that stuff instead of seeing this all the time?
I have no idea.
Fucking
Oh,
thumbs up and
you know it's
thumbs
really,
up shit in Street Fighter, where
What?
like you never knew that in Street Fighter
Oh,
5.
you mean
Oh, yeah,
during
that is
tournaments?
the dumbest. Yeah,
Yeah.
that is such oversight. Street Fighter
Yeah,
5.
no, the loser gets to pick in
Yeah.
Tekken 7. The loser
Okay.
gets the ability. So that's the thing about Street Fighter. It's not that way.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
always the loser that gets to pick in T7. It's the same way as in
Okay.
Tag 2. So
Yeah.
whenever the loser is ready, they're the one who makes the decision.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
I,
thought
mean, I would bet though in esports though, if they're trying to keep it super professional, like if something were to happen, like actually E-League or ESL or whatever, where it's actually being streamed for like 100,000 people, they probably want both people to agree, like, yeah, we're both ready. So
Yeah.
yeah.
because you might have to get up and like scratch your butt for all you know, so.
hey,
or if it's like,
Or snort some crack or something real quick. And
Ball sweat, things. Of that nature.
yeah.
how do you guys feel about this issue? So it was just a little bit annoying in tag where you got to pick your side, or you got to pick your side preference, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
So let's say I liked One Piece side, and
Yep.
let's say everybody else in the room liked One Piece side, but you're winning,
yeah,
so you're never really on One Piece side.
yeah.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
always goes to the challenger. Always gets the preference.
Yeah. Because
thought it
if
was
you're
all
winning, you need a handicap at that point.
Yeah.
No more size
That
preference.
might be handled. That might be handled in Tekken 7 though, just like in the arcade where you could choose your side. So I think online it
Well-
might not really matter.
Yeah, I guess that's true, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it won't matter per se like offline because side by side setups my favorite.
Sitting as far back
Yeah.
from the screen.
I think I want to say that Mark actually said that online would be where there was a side selection, so it won't matter.
Okay.
Yeah, the only thing that dicks with is, side preferences for actual characters.
Mm-hmm.
Like for crouching and sidewalking kind of thing.
Yeah, because that was one of the funny things we saw when they first brought Tekken 7 to final round 19, I want to say. And Eris, I forgot who Eris was playing with, but they were testing out the side selection and noticed that some moves with that were normally steppable. When you did the side selection, they weren't steppable anymore, and vice versa.
Right.
Whoa.
Yeah, just like Law's forward 1+2 used to put you in crouch on block, and so you would, if possible, you'd want to step a certain direction based on that. But if you didn't know what side if you're playing Law and you didn't know what side they were actually on, then you'd have to choose your sort of have to guess at what you want to do, a move that tracks to your left or a move that tracks to your right, when previously you'd always know because you're playing on a side-by-side setup, and what side you were actually on was dictated by, where you started.
Interesting.
Yep.
You would always be able to see it. So,
Yep.
Oh, that makes
I mean,
sense.
that's still true now. I mean, that's still true in the arcades now. You don't have an indication of what side the other person is on.
Yeah, that's actually, that you raise a good point, because like if both players are, let's say, 2P side preference, but obviously on the spectator mode, one's going to be on the left and one's going to be on the right. How are you going to know? Things aren't going to be, clear per se. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just when you can choose your side at all times, and both people can be technically viewing their character from 1P or both viewing from 2P.
And they're going to be like, hey, I can SSL that, and then, weird camera angle system glitch bug.
Like, bitch, no, that was a sidestep right. No, it wasn't. Shut up.
Hey,
Namco says it wasn't.
Yeah, speaking of like sides and stepping and moves, I don't know if this is still a big issue. I just remember seeing a thread about it on TZ and T6. Like GM was like bitching, like Lee is useless on 1P or something, and like I remember Fergus saying Asuka's better on 2P because like you can only sidestep up and crouch cancel, up, right? And so that's one side. If you're on one player, you can sidestepping left, but if you're on 2P, for example, you'd be sidestepping right, so to speak.
Yep.
So
yeah, that's always been a thing. Yeah.
So I'm just curious what you guys think about how that might impact T7.
Playing online, I mean, that's exactly what we're getting at. Playing online, if you can choose your side all the time, then you don't really know. That's how the arcade is now. In console, when you're playing side by side, I mean, that doesn't. You will still have characters that are still going to be better on one side or the other.
Yeah, that's true.
So I mean, just like either of the. Well, I just use my characters as an example. Both of the Machinists have forward 4, which puts them at plus frames, and you're in crouch. And so if they're on 1P, you can only sidestep to your right from there. You can't sidestep left because you're in crouch, unless you crouch cancel first.
Yeah, that's... I always found that kind of strange that we've never had a manual crouch cancel from crouch the other way option, for example. Because that gives...
So you mean to instantly go into like a sidestep from crouch in the...
So in the other way that you're not...
In the foreground.
So like, for example, if I'm playing on one player side, on the left side, and I want to crouch cancel to the right, I wish there was a way to do so, because, you have to let go of the crouch, and that's much slower than just tapping up.
Right.
So
yeah, it's just an artifact of the system. I don't know that there's a way around it without them doing something really drastic, and it's certainly not going to be in T7.
Yeah, it'd be like T8. They'll do some weird T4 thing, like, how they had...
No, it'll be in VR, where you're actually fucking running around yourself.
How they have to push shit? Well, we'll finally get a crouch cancel in the other way with the special input, like down some input in crouch will give you the sidestep in the other way.
Yeah.
There you go. Darkness said it right. 8-way run. There you go. Easy.
Never.
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah, no thank you.
Or a 2-way walk. How about that? Two-way
walk.
Fuck. That would at least be what?
Yeah, that would make it a lot simpler. Two-way walk.
I mean, but you can already walk in two ways. So
Right.
two-way sidestep.
Crouch.
You want to be able to crouch up. Then you'd have to be able to crouch up as well. Let's do that.
Oh, yeah. Now we're going.
Jump in the air. It's a fucking Double Gen Tekken 5. Oh, that's not a serious question. You might get timed out for that one.
Give me a sword, Kane.
Put those rompers away, buddy.
What's the jumper?
Rompers.
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 A romper for him. Yeah. Put that shit away.
The romp him.
Yeah. No, sir. No, sir. Okay. I don't see any other good questions here.
Yeah, you guys have any more?
Yeah, you guys don't have anything interesting to say tonight. Bunch of jerks. Just gotta entertain our guests. Yes, that's what it is. Opinions about Injustice 2?
Nah. Alright.
Yeah. Alright. You can call me a biased player and whatnot, but NRS games, they look all the same to me. So, RIP.
I liked MK9 for a bit and MKX for a bit, and then they both turned to horseshit. And
yeah, I like MK9, but now it's just like all the NRS games. Like Eric's raised a good point. Something about them looking funny. I can't put my. I don't watch the games anymore to give you an exact opinion, but it just looks kind of funny.
They're
and that's why
as fuck. They have the worst controls of any fighting game I've ever played in my life.
Really?
Well, I mean, all Mortal Kombat games have kind of been like that, though. They don't have.
I felt like the old straight 2D sprite Mortal Kombat games. I thought that shit was smooth. But yeah, up to Ultimate 3 and beyond, like around the 3 era, those still played fine. Once you hit 4 and all those other, they started putting them on Xbox and doing like Deception and Deadly Alliance, all that horse shit.
Oh gosh, those don't exist.
God. And then anyway, so I mean, the question was on Injustice 2, and I didn't like really Injustice 1 because I really didn't like the controls that much. 2, if I were to play a character, I'd probably play Robin because he looks kind of cool, but I think it looks super cheesy as fuck with some of the characters that are in it. So like Swamp Thing, that should not be in, fighting against people like fucking Superman. It's just kind of weird and stupid looking. And he can grow a garden under your feet and it hurts you. Like, what the fuck? That's one of his super moves, his special moves. Like, whatever, NRS.
Poison
you guys can keep garden. That. Yeah. And it like slows you down and hurts you. It's like, oh no, you guys, no. Keep this.
X Copy is asking, will there be nerfs and buffs during DLC patch release?
I bet so. I bet they will continue to balance at least a little bit. I bet they will continue to balance a little bit.
Well, I heard from a bird that there's gonna be a big patch on day one.
Yes, I would bet there would be as well.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't doubt that at all.
Because the way that the actual production when they burn discs and actually get them put into production, that shit doesn't happen overnight. Like that takes weeks. Like they have to send out a version of the game to the producers and distributors, and they have to produce all the games, produce all the packaging, get them wrapped, ship the shit out of them, and get them around the world and ready for distribution. And in that last probably month before all that happens, they're still working on the game. That happens with every game. So people get like pissed off at day one patches for every game. It's like, well, you're going to get pissed off for them actually getting the game to you and then spending a month perfecting it. I was like, yeah, that's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm positive they'll have a day one patch as well.
Here's my day one patch prediction. Ready, boys? Drag's taking a big hit. Xiaoyu's taking a big hit. Leo's taking a big hit. DJ, they kind of like DJ. They won't nerf him. And
they
Brian,
will never.
Your boy
DJ
Brian,
will always be stupid.
Namco loves Brian, so you already know they're not going to hit that guy. I'm gonna be smiling on day one. That's my prediction,
The
baby.
only thing they changed was that counter hit QCB3, and we've already gone over that. That's not that big of a deal.
It's not even a deal, dude. It's still better than tag 2. You know,
You're so scared of it that you don't get counter hit by it. Like the potential to get counter hit and launch your ass off makes you just stand there and take it on regular hit all the time anyway.
Yeah, the funny part about that move was basically I never really found that useful, or I didn't get that many counter hits with it anyways. So
right, that's what I'm saying, because people don't push buttons against it.
It's like, you know, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, it's great when you get it, but like to me, I never abused it. In that sense.
Hope there's a lot of hidden shit that we haven't seen in videos yet that changes everything quite a bit. Because I'd like to see some characters buffed and nerfed.
I think Paul's gonna get nerfed. There's been too many Pauls.
Too many Pauls? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So you want to see your character get nerfed?
No, I don't want to see that. But I think it's gonna happen.
do, because I don't want to see a Paul in every other fucking tournament match anymore.
Oh, that is fucking true. And
that's why he's probably gonna get nerfed.
I heard from you know, quote unquote, our U.S. champion, Mr. Naps, while he was in Japan after nationals, and he was playing in the arcades in Japan. He was going through like the Paul army, and every single Paul was just doing sway 4. Like, that was the strat in the red ranks. Like, literally every Paul's just like, that's all they did.
They lay back on the bed and do it.
That's literally all they did. And as a Brian player, he was getting very frustrated. And honestly, I'm still perplexed why that move exists. Why is it homing? Why is it counter launch? Why is it plus? Like, there's so many questions with that fucking move. It's so good.
It is good. It's I think +3. It tracks.
Yeah.
Sways, of course, it's homing. And it goes under highs just at the very beginning because of the sway.
Yeah.
If you prolong it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It
takes a fucking step forward with a sway back move that's plus. Yeah. And it's a counter hit launcher for over half your life in tag 2. It's knucking foots.
Just the move alone does a shit ton of damage.
Like 37 or some shit, dude. It's retarded.
Yeah.
Now counter hit does more than 37. You're like, dude, what the? Why? Oh, another thing. Speaking of, you know, bitching at Paul, 4 Pauls at Worlds. We already went over all this all. Did you guys know? I mean, I just figured this out like 3 weeks ago when Wade Gamble was testing. Did you know down forward 1 sway back is like +1 or something on block?
Yes. Down forward 1 sway back is +1 on block. Yes.
Like, you know how every down forward 1 character is like -1 down forward 1.
They don't transition. They don't transition into a stance though.
You know, that is like, I saw Wade Gamble test it in practice mode, and he would like with Paul, he would do down forward 1, sway back, crouch cancel, jab forward, and it would beat the jab, enemy's jab. So it really was +1. I was like, dude, what?
Yeah. That's why. To really deal with that shit, you just start sidestepping right. That's what you do. Every time you block something from Paul, step right. Because he, especially from sway. Sway is very weak against step right. So block down forward 1, side step right, and duck. It goes under sway 4, goes under most of the other sway stuff, and you'll block all the mids.
Yep.
Even repeated down forward 1s, if you do like 2 back-to-back quick side step rights, the third one will whiff. So it's really not that scary. Like, he has to do down forward 1, sway back, cancel, then run forward to really come after you.
Yeah, just a quick note on Corso back 4. You know, when you do like multiple of them in a row, it looks like he's doing like a spinning top. So, you know, like Beyblades do, you know, let it rip
on one leg.
It's just too good, dude. You know, it's like, you know, Beyblades. Just like to rip that shit.
Dreidel Paul.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't know Paul was Jewish.
I mean, he's not just spinning, you know, in the x-axis. When he does 4-4-4, he's doing the y-axis spin, right? This dude's too good.
I think
getting way too deep into that.
I think Paul
just a little bit.
A great online character in T7.
Oh god.
Regardless of where he is, but yes, I agree. I agree 100%.
I mean, dude, just 3 Death Fist combo at the wall to this day. I mean, I 100% agree with Kane, dude. Death Fist damage needs a nerf. It has the same tag 2 damage. Like, what the heck? There's no more 2 life bars. So, like, I forgot. It was on Green Tech in the Korean arcade stream. This Paul was getting his butt whooped and turtled the whole round. And in 3 seconds, he did Death Fist, wall splat, raise drive, Death Fist, and it did like 80% to win. And I was like, dude,
Mm-hmm.
That,
Yeah, it's totally cool. It's totally cool and fair.
Yep.
You know,
100%. It's American.
I'm all for making the rounds faster if everyone does that. But it's just Paul. Bam, 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 and
Nah, that's an American thing. We want our things. You just got to be, fast,
Yeah.
instantaneous,
Lazy.
and lazy.
And
Yep.
lazy.
Hmm.
People are asking opinions on capos. We've talked about that a lot.
Yeah, Cap. From what I've seen so far and talking with other players, Capos overall look really much weaker than Tag 2. Tag 2 was awesome with Capos. And also Double Capos as a team was just excellent.
Yeah.
But
Agreed.
now, they're probably, what would you say, about around T6 strength or even weaker? What do you think?
I don't think we've seen enough to really
You've
predict.
seen enough? Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen, I'm thinking, I wasn't really pissed at Eddie in T6, but Tag 2, man, back and forth, it was just too much.
Yeah, there were a couple of fucking clowns in Tag 2. Just
So-
going under and around everything, not getting punished properly all the time, even though you just blocked the same thing the same way you blocked it last time. Yeah, there were a couple of clowns in Tag.
Yep.
Saint said Eddie is better in T7 than he was in Tag 2. All right. Saint is a silly fucking troll, too.
Yeah, I
Yes,
mean,
that's-
If you know,
true.
maybe, but I don't know.
there's a lot, maybe because of the way people play in certain regions, it makes characters better or worse. A really questionable one I always think about is DJ being top 5. I guess if you're Knee, yeah, DJ is easily top 5, easy. But not everyone is Knee, so is it fair to make DJ, he's not that easy. I mean, he's easy in that sense, but he's not I'm just going to play Bob from T6 and win that quickly. It's
I
not
think they go purely by tools.
Yeah, or Lily being A tier, I highly disagree with that in the Master Cup tier list. I don't know why, what kind of mercury they have in sushi. I'm just being honest, dude. You already know. Too much
Well,
mercury.
I think their opinions on tier lists are more based on longer sets, ranked matches, death matches, than
Yeah.
than the Western
Yep.
American view of tournaments. We take
Yeah, because that's all we really have, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
that's all really people care about here in NA. People don't care about ranked matches. They don't care about death matches. They don't care about long sets.
The long sets,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why there was just somebody who posted recently, is either Coors or Tom, both of which are laughable anyways, but they posted up something about, are you guys still arguing that Jack is not top tier? It's like, oh.
I didn't
I think
You know,
know
you
that
got
was a
that
thing,
one
but okay.
I 100% believe Jack is either top tier or close to top tier in a tournament setting.
Yes, I agree.
I agree.
I agree, because he's super duper simple, and yeah. The mix-up kind of goes out the window, because everything is still the mix-up in 2 games.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not really things to look out for. You're just trying to not lose and kill yourself. But I mean,
He does a lot of damage with relatively low risk.
okay, yeah, I agree there.
And he has a good he has a lot of good throws, and
Yes, I agree.
in T7 that's gonna go very far, especially with newer players who aren't used to the old, who aren't used to actually throw breaking with
Yeah,
buttons.
yeah, because his launching throw is a command 2.
Mhm.
Yeah, and if they don't know how to just frame block, the wall depth fist throw, that's really good.
Most people don't do that anyway.
Yeah, the only person
Yeah,
I
a
know
lot
who
of
can
people
do it consistently is Mr. Naps. I've only seen him do it, and maybe a couple people, but Nap sticks out in my head.
Did you know that throw is -17 on block?
Yep.
I did not know that.
I have.
But I didn't know because I never block it. So
The trick that I started following, that Noodlehead told me, and it's worked out very well for me. Is just when he's dropping you, and it looks like your feet are about to touch his knee, right around there. That's where you initiate holding back, and it's worked for me very well ever since. Usually, I don't like doing the visual cue thing because they've always failed me, but that one works very well.
Okay, that's pretty interesting. Because just a little quick tip, everyone. If you guys are smart and do want to win, I highly recommend Brian. Highly recommend Brian. And if you want to learn how to taunt, I created this little strategy when I was practicing many undocumented hours.
Just button bind.
Basically,
the buttons.
Basically, when you do, let's say, taunt it up or a taunt back forward, you want to imagine, like, if you ever played Gears of War, they have the active reload where, there's a sliding bar. And if you hit that little white portion of the sliding bar or wherever the box is, you'll get a faster, super quick, awesome reload with more damage. So when you do Brian's taunt, if you can imagine in your head as you learn the rhythm, you can just imagine in your head an active reload. And if you can learn it that way, dude, like I could look off the screen and just do it. It's really good. Active reload for taunts, boys.
Active reload, Brian. Yeah.
Mm.
Yep. All right, so we're pushing 11:45 here.
Yep.
Let's call this a night. Is that okay with you guys?
Yeah, I'm cool.
All right. So again, I'm not the host here, but let's one, call it a night, but then two, John, anything you want to say, add, question, call somebody out, anything?
Only people want to call out are the people who don't know how to desync their fucking controllers. It's fucking 2017, like, for real.
It also falls on the people who sit down to play to go delete that shit too, because you can do it now.
Them too, all of them.
Yeah,
fuck it, all of them. Desync your fucking controllers. Like, shit don't make any fucking sense.
Well,
yeah.
Only applies to pad players, right?
Yeah, but still.
Yeah, it's all your fault, pad players.
All your fault.
But even, like, at this point, I don't understand why Sony doesn't create something to do a mass desync, but, it is what it is. The only other thing I want to say is, like I said, dates for Final Round have been announced. It's going to be March 16th to the 18th next year. So, I mean, eventually, early registration probably won't be till probably to the fall, I would imagine. It's usually like around October, probably a little after TFC. And then TFC is going to be September 29th to October 1st.
I bet we're going to get some Koreans then.
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, they almost always show up for Final Round.
Mm-hmm.
So that is pretty much a guarantee. Now at TFC, I'm not sure. I don't know what the look is for international players at TFC. But I mean, they may show up just for the fact that, there's going to be more Tekken setups and more. I mean, tournament scene I think is going to be really good this year and leading into the next year.
I agree.
All right, guys. Well, good talk. There will not be a KANE event next Wednesday. I have other things. I have other things to do on Wednesday, but. Yep, but just tune in. I'm wondering if I should have a KANE event the week after because that's the same, that Friday's release. So, I guess we'll decide on that later. But I guess plan for it. But yeah.
So you're saying the week after release?
No, the week.
Of release. I'm sorry. The 2 days before release.
Yeah, 2 days before release. So, we'll see. All right, thanks, John, for being on our show.
All right, thanks for having me.
Yay!
I appreciate it.
Thanks to the rest of the hosts. So,
Yay!